How did you how did you come to a space of like recognizing that music could be a vehicle to actually like transform your life or like put you in spaces that you wanted to be in? Like how did that come about?
Honestly, man, if anybody knows anything about me, I got drawn out stories, but I'll try to condense. Okay.
You do not have to condense.
Okay.
Drink some beers.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah. So, I remember I started getting in trouble in the 9th grade year, and I was just trying to fit in. I was short, little scrawny. I had this meat on me then. You know what I'm saying? And I love band, and my mom, got us in all types of things. Idle mind means idle hands for a young black man.
Yeah.
So she kept us involved with a lot of stuff, and so I, started playing trumpet. I sucked. Started playing saxophone. I sucked. Because I had a messed up grill back then, but not anymore, But anyway, but I got on trombone and I loved it. You see what I'm saying? And it kept me, not only to keep me out of trouble, it put me in places, countries, besides people that I never.
You say countries were you traveling with?
Yeah, so
that's
like,
awesome.
So exactly. So I mean, that was more so when you got into college, but like,
right.
But when I saw that, well, let me back up some. So I actually went to Clark my first year, and then I went to Southern University, when I was in the band there.
Shouts out to Southern. My uncle is from Louisiana. He's a Southern fan. For whatever reason, he's a Southern fan. But yeah, shouts out to Southern University.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to the U, all the Jaguars in the jukebox. But I was a band head, you know what I'm saying? And at the time, Clark's band was not what I wanted. Right. So I went there, and I went there for 2 years, but I ran across this guy. He was an upperclassman. He had a beat machine. It was a Boss 808. What was it called? It's like a little gray box. It's old school.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like it was called something. I forgot. It was.
I've never.
Mr. Rhythm or something like, what I'm talking about. Yeah. And he was making, he knows. He was like,
hell yeah.
And he was making it, and I remember like, damn, like, I want, like, I remember being with my boy. Shout out to the No Name DJ. You look him up. I remember being with my boy. We at Redan, we were known to have, like, back then we had the most crazy talent show. Like, back then everybody was yeeking and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
And we did a mockery of all the yeek groups because everybody had dances. So we did a mockery and then won the whole thing. Everybody's so pissed because they put all this practice into it, and we went in there and mocked all that shit and won. You know what I'm saying? But the point is like we had to make these, we called them super dubs.
Right.
And back then it was 88.5 and they played awesome music on 88.5.
88.5 still plays awesome music.
Yeah, they do.
Sure,
exactly.
Sure.
So they had they had a hip hop show, and you hear all the stuff that you would not hear because back then you didn't have bootlegs, you didn't have none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we were just stuck, but we hear all this stuff that you never heard before from all these different regions and stuff, and it was great. And so what we'll do is they would also play a lot of instrumentals. So we'll take the instrumentals, do the super dub. We had the old school dual cassette thing where it had the mic in the front, and so if you had another stereo to play the sound out, you could rap into that mic and make your own tape of the recording and stuff. We call them super dubs. And so that's how we did it. We even pieced our show together, and we did it like that. The thing was, it's like we had no idea how to produce. That's the point. We had no idea how to produce or make our own music. We knew how to play instruments, but we didn't know what studio was. So I saw this upperclassman with Mr. Workstation 808 rolling, whatever.
Right.
I was amazed. I didn't know, and so that was my sophomore year at Southern, and I had made a couple of tracks then, but it wasn't nothing. It was the first beats that you'll never hear, and I remember saying I want to come home and go back to Atlanta and start producing. So I remember coming back, and so that summer, I didn't come back yet, the summer in between my freshman and sophomore year, but my mom, there was this bass player that came and moved next door, in the house next door to us in Lithonia. Come to find out, he was the bass player for Parliament, you know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
What?
I remember his name was Billy or something. He was fire, bro. He was fire. And so I remember hanging with him that whole summer, and then I came back and I was like, I knew when I came that sophomore year, I was like, I knew I was probably gonna, gonna transfer. And not because I didn't love it, because I love the U, I would, but you know, we were partying so hard at Southern and going through whatever, man. That's what turned me. I used to be a timid guy, and then when I went to Southern,
kind of like blew you up and exposed you to these different elements of life.
The hair was there, but it hadn't grown out yet. You know what I'm saying? So,
okay.
Beats, brews, and life.